But because we're going into non-farm payroll, I was telling you that we could chop around in here, and between Monday and Wednesday morning session, that setup where you want to be trading that non-farm payroll week, your setups are best traded on Monday, Tuesday, and up to Wednesday morning session. So come 11 o'clock in the morning, New York local time, on Wednesday, it's time for you to close up shop if you're brand new. And then just tape read, study. Don't even demo trade. Don't even try to hold an opinion about what you think is going to happen, because you're probably not going to be accurate. You're probably not going to be correct. And it will be very frustrating for you because you'll think that something's broken. They changed the algorithm, or the concepts don't work anymore, or don't work if it's brand new and you've never done it before or used them. And you'll start having these toxic ideas that will not lead you to be um, less inspired to continue. Okay, so that way you understand the context of what I'm saying here. It's not just take one thing out of context and make a whole doctrine about it. Bullishness is what we were expecting. If we would have saw the open here, okay, say the dollar index opened below this wick or tail, well, that would need to be immediately erased and move higher. Did we open down there? No. What happens if we would have gapped up and opened? Then I would have looked for it to trade down into this candle's high and or the body, which is the close. And then I would expect it to show some willingness to respect that. And then I would look for lower time frame charts to start building some kind of structure that would be bullish. Every down close candle supporting price, up close candles being broken to the upside, stop hunts on the downside that are showing immediate displacement to the upside after sell side's been taken on the lower time frames. If I start seeing those things, if we had an opening gap higher, that's the protocol that I work with. Okay, and these discussions, these are things that I taught in mentorship that people paid me. These are things that I taught lecturing one-on-one back in the 90s when people would just sit with me individually. And no, I will not do one-on-ones. I don't care how much money you charge me or willing to pay me. I don't want your money. I'm not doing it. Okay. This idea of knowing what to do if it does this and what not to do if it does another thing. Those are procedures, they're protocols, they're processes that you have to have in place beforehand. You can't wing it. Okay, you can't just go with your gut and think, well, I think it's going to do this when you have really no data to support the idea that what you're trying to do or contemplating doing is even a viable approach to take on risk. So because of the uncertainty on the weekend, not knowing where we're going to open up, because of the uncertainty of the week of non-farm payroll, and not knowing exactly what day of Monday through Wednesday at 11 a.m. the real price run is going to occur, that makes it the highest probability trade of the week. And then after that, Thursday and Friday become, well, it's a circus show. Can there be a good run on Thursday and Friday? Absolutely it can. But as a new trader, as a new student, someone that's learning how to do this, do you believe you're going to have the ability to do that? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you don't. And I'm not talking down to you. I'm keeping you looking at things realistically. And unfortunately, people don't like to be told that. They think it's me saying that it can't be done, so therefore don't try it. I'm saying to the new student that you should be fearful of going into conditions like this because things can be repriced quickly, just like that. All of a sudden, it moved, and you have no idea why it took place that way. And if you've risked your real money or the equivalent, or you pushed a button with a demo, that result's going to have a huge impact on you adversely, and it's going to be an impediment to your development, which is what I'm trying to avoid. I'm trying to help you avoid those bad things that are extreme, but allow for the subtle little stumping your toe, do it wrong once in a while here, but it's not the end of the world, and you grow from those things. It's little inconsistencies in the beginning that are not going to be game changers that allow you to come to the conclusion you don't ever want to do this anymore. Because it's easy for us as humans to go into this and think it's going to be too easy and try to do something over leveraged, over trading more trades, or expect trade setups to be more frequent than they should be with your experience level when you first start. They're unreasonable and unrealistic expectations. And I try to teach with that mindset, so that way you remind yourself continuously that it's going to take you time. And there's a lot of things that you have to learn about yourself and how you're going to interact with the marketplace. And there's also a lot of things that are going to remain always an unknown. And one of them is how we open on the weekend, how we start trading, and how does it use that information on the non-farm payroll week. So Mondays, if you haven't already wrote it down, Mondays of non-farm payroll weeks are always a trading day. It is absolutely a trading day. Now, apart from non-farm payroll, Monday can be a day where I'm willing to not do it. Unless it's so obvious, I'm willing to sit on my hands and let them have Monday. Because Monday is going to be an accumulation day. It's going to be an accumulation of stupid street money, retail logic, harmonic trading, all this other stuff. And I don't mean to be disrespectful. I'm not saying it to be disrespectful for folks that listen to me that use that stuff, but all those things have absolutely nothing to do with what price is going to do. But everybody that has their religion and price action, they're all going to be at their altar praying that their systems and the supposed gods behind why price goes up and down are going to answer their prayers. And I'm waiting for that sentiment to build up so it's so obvious that the algorithm will reprice against that underlying sentiment. It may not occur on a Monday, but if it's obvious and it's one-sided and I can frame a trade on a Monday that's non-farm payroll, if it's a non-farm payroll week, in other words, I'm willing to let them have Monday without me. Or I'll trade the Monday afternoon session where everything's a little bit more clear. But that was the rules I've always stated. Okay, I've always stated those very things. But with all that said, anyway, I went a long way around the barn to tell you some things that you need to know. It's useful for you to know, but as a long-term student, you already know, and it's probably something that's painful to have to listen to over and over again. But I like to be complete